Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have some very exciting news. Today we've got a ton of fresh updates from James Gunn and Peter Safran about the future of the DCU. From Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow to Lanterns to The Brave and the Bold and the Clayface horror movie, there's a lot to break down. And we're also going to talk about Robert Pattinson's Batman, the next Superman trailer, and some unexpected casting updates. So, let's get started. First up, we have James Gunn revealing that Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is already halfway through production. He praised the script, he's calling it one of the first greenlit projects when him and Peter Safran took over DC Studios. And the director of I, Tonya, Craig Gillespie, I think I'm saying that right, he's directing this one, and Gunn could not be happier. If you're excited to see a fresh take on Kara Zor-El, or maybe you don't know much about her, this film sounds like it's going to be something that's going to deliver. It was also revealed that it might be a while till we see Jason Momoa as Lobo because all of the shooting is being done indoors. This means that they don't have to prematurely release a photo, so it might be a while till we get any glimpse of the movie. Let's go ahead and talk about Lanterns, the new show that's coming to Max and HBO next year. Gunn confirmed that production has started on it. And it has a powerhouse team of writers including Tom King, Damon Lindelof, and Chris Mundy. And the most exciting part? It sounds like the show ties directly into Superman with Guy Gardner playing a key role. So we might see some crossover between Guy Gardner and Superman and him playing a role in Lanterns, which makes all the sense in the world considering he's a Green Lantern that's already on Earth. Gunn also emphasized how different of a tone the show is to Superman, which is exactly what he wants for his DCU, diverse storytelling within a shared universe. And in even more Green Lantern news, we get our first logo for My Adventures with Green Lantern. The show's gonna follow the high school student Jessica Cruz, who has a power ring fall from the sky and chooses her as its champion. I don't think we really understand how big of a role the Green Lantern Corps is going to play in the DCU. Because right now we're getting Guy Gardner, we're getting Hal Jordan, we're getting Jon Stewart, and now we're getting Jessica Cruz. It really feels like there's not a better time to be a Green Lantern fan than it is right now. Now on top of My Adventures with Green Lantern, there are two other animated projects that DC Studios are working on. One is Starfire, which is going to follow the Teen Titans character, and the other one is called Superpowers. Now keep in mind, these are just projects. We don't know if that's going to be canon, if that's going to be in the DCU, only time will tell. It was also revealed that a script is being written for a live-action Teen Titans movie, so that is on the horizon as well. Superman's dog Krypto is about to get a few short films based around him. I can't wait to see what they have going on with this. It's going to be the same Krypto that we meet in this summer's Superman. So how many movies and shows can we expect from the DCU each year? Well, according to Peter Safran, the plan is 2 live-action films per year, 1 animated film per year, 2 live-action series on Max per year, and 2 animated series on Max per year. And right off the bat, looking at that lineup, that is way too much. That's 7 projects per year across theaters, across streaming, and that's a lot to ask of your fan base to keep up with whatever story they're trying to tell. Now, the only way that I see this working or being okay with it working going forward is if that some of these projects end up being Elseworld projects. Which would really coincide with what James Gunn has said in the past. He's building a world where these stories can live in. You're never gonna have to watch Project A to understand Project B. With an approach like that, it's gonna let DC Studios balance blockbusters like Batman, Superman with smaller projects like Clayface or the Lantern series. Which brings us directly into the next topic. So Gunn and Safran gave us a little bit more details on the Clayface movie that's being filmed this summer. They're going full on body horror with this one, which is something that we were all kind of already thinking they were gonna do, but now it's confirmed it is a horror movie. Safran's looking at this as a horror movie for people that don't necessarily care about DC. So they want to appeal to more people, not just the DC loyals. Clayface wasn't originally a part of the DCU roadmap that they were building out a few years ago, but when Mike Flanagan pitched his idea, it was way too good of an idea to pass up. And like I said before, Clayface is set to be a full-on horror film. The production begins this summer for next year's fall release, and if Mike Flanagan's work is any indication, we're in for something terrifying, but also something special. And keep in mind, Mike Flanagan wrote the script, he's not directing it, the director is James Watkins. And Safran also revealed that the casting has begun on Clayface, and they already shot down one possible candidate, Alan Tudyk. Now Alan Tudyk already voiced Clayface in Creature Commandos. It was a very small part, but he's not a primary role in the DCU like his voice work on Dr. Phosphorus, so he's not necessarily in the role as a shoo-in for Clayface. And now because those little details that were just given to us, I'm sticking to my guns that James McAvoy is gonna get this lead role. It just makes too much sense because James Watkins is directing, James McAvoy and him work together on Speak No Evil. James McAvoy can play so many different roles at a flip of a switch like I've talked about. Once again, Just putting it out there so you can bookmark this and come back and see that I was right. Unless he isn't chosen, in that case, just forget everything I just said. Another big question is, when are we getting the new Superman trailer? Well, Gunn confirmed that he is working on it, and Safran joked that the December trailer wasn't even the real trailer. So expect an actual look at the film in the next month or so when the marketing starts to ramp up for Superman. And now let's clear up a major rumor. Robert Pattinson is not the DCU Batman. Gunn and Safran confirmed that while they love Pattinson, The Brave and the Bold will introduce a new Caped Crusader. The script is progressing well, and once it's complete, director Andy Muschietti, who did The Flash, It Part 1, Part 2, will review it and finalize his involvement on the project. So while he was chosen to actually do the project, he's not necessarily tied down to it. Which I thought was kind of weird, considering he was the first director to be involved within the DCU other than James Gunn. There were also rumors about Daniel Craig playing Sergeant Rock in an upcoming DCU film based on Sergeant Rock, but once again, Safran set the record straight. Craig was never officially in talks. I guess there were discussions between Daniel Craig and the director, but no deal was ever made. So while that rumor's over, the whole Jeremy Allen White as Sergeant Rock rumor thing that just started, they didn't discuss that. Gunn also gave a few quick updates on a few other DCU projects. Swamp Thing is still moving forward with James Mangold, who did Logan, Indiana Jones. He's still attached, but he hasn't decided quite yet if he's gonna direct. Once again, very weird. He was one of the first directors that were announced to join the DCU a couple years ago. So him, Andy Muschietti, I thought they were attached to their projects, but I guess they're only kind of attached. The Booster Gold project is still in active development, and Paradise Lost, a Game of Thrones style series set in Themyscira, is a major priority for DC Studios, especially since Wonder Woman is one of the DCU's core heroes. So good news there. And finally, one last thing, if you saw James Gunn's recent photo with Zack Snyder and thought it meant some kind of DCU Snyderverse crossover, don't get your hopes up. James Gunn confirmed that they were just hanging out as friends and decided to take a picture, fully aware of the online reaction that it would get. So no hidden messages, it was just two directors, two friends having fun. That's it. Unless there actually is more and they just don't want to discuss that yet. It's very clear that James Gunn and Peter Safran have a detailed, structured plan to make the DC universe feel cohesive, but at the same time allowing people to tell their unique storytelling across different tones, different genres. It's going to be a lot of fun going forward. And I really appreciate the transparency that DC Studios, that James Gunn has with the fans. I understand that we need to be kept in the dark for a lot of the details and the different projects that they have in the works, but it's so cool that some things they're happy to tell us just full on, this is happening, this is not happening, this person is cast, this person is not cast. I love it. But what are you most excited for? Is it Clayface? Is it Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow? Is it Lanterns? Let me know in the comments. And if you're looking for more DCU content, I got tons of it on my channel. You can check it out right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.